My goodness. And there it is. Wow. Gets it in to go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bowl TV for continued coverage of the PWBA Fall Classic Series from the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. We're getting ready for the Pepsi Classic here, the second event after a phenomenal Reno Classic to kick things off. Stephanie Zavala taking home her third title of the 2021 season. Folks, I'm Aaron Smith, and the guy who is scooching a little bit closer there, Emil Williams Jr. Emil, excited to be back with you for another day here on Bowl TV from the NBS. And new pattern, though. We're going on the longest pattern we'll see this week, 43 feet in length. So after a relatively short pattern at the Reno Classic, 37 feet up to 43, 6 feet the difference. But we expect to see fairly high scoring pace, though.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, a little longer, but I think some of the paths to success might be similar. Even though, obviously 37 foot was considerably shorter. I think that's what they're working on. Talked to some of the reps earlier, and I think some of the bowling balls that have been in use prior to the Reno Classic will still be in play. Some fine-tuning, of course, will always be in play as well, and you never know how things ultimately will shape up, but as we get started, that's certainly the look as my glasses continue to fog up here on Bowl TV.
Well, the scoring pace is heating up. There we go. We're here all week.
Good Lord.
Let's go out to the lanes, though, as we get underway here for game number one. And one player we are going to be taking a look at. And, folks, don't worry. We're going to adjust the scoreboards. No need to panic. The scoreboards will be adjusted shortly. Jason Thomas and Curtis Von Kruger already working on that, so they should be changed up in just a moment. But we're going to head to lanes 57 through 60 to take a look at our champion from yesterday, Stephanie Zavala. She's going to be joined by Abby Ragsdale, Wendy Pater Jimenez, and Diana Zavyalova. And over on 59 and 60, Summer Jasmine, Julia Bond, Nelly Bloomquist, and Liz Johnson. So a few different styles, a few different rev rates up there as well. So we'll get to see a good variety here in game number one on how this pattern is going to be attacked. We do have coverage available on bowltv.com across every pair in play. It's too early in the morning for high flush 7 pins for Julia Bond.
Not a good look. Not feeling that right there.
Making all the noise. It's 43 feet the length. Man, oh man, over the course of the next 12 games today. We do have a total of 12 games here for your viewing pleasure throughout the day on Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right?
Today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday on Bowl TV. Not only do we have a brand new look to the Player of the Year race, but also we will get closer to determining the 24 athletes advancing to the Tour Championship. The final event, not only of the Fall Classic Series, but of the 2021 season, the 20th event. Of course, the opportunity to make the top 5, get a spot on the stepladder finals, which will be broadcast on Halloween. Got to scare the pins down on Halloween. 5 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. $50,000 top prize to the champion as well. So a bunch of information will be thrown your way throughout the course of the day here on Bowl TV.
Yes.
So that is one thing to definitely be on the lookout for. We're going to be breaking things down. I talked to my main man, Rob Gottschall, about the Tour Championship standings, how those will be coming in. So we'll be able to kind of look at those more as the games come in. But let's talk a little bit about the format here and then looking ahead to the Tour Championship. As we mentioned, 12 games today, so we have 2 6-game blocks. First one, obviously, we're part of it. It's happening right now. The second one will kick off at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 local time here in Reno. And after those 12 games, the top 12 competitors will advance to competition tomorrow for round-robin match play. They'll bowl another 12 games, so 1 against every player who advances, and then the always exciting position round to determine the top 4 for the stepladder finals, which will take place tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on BowlTV.com. For the Tour Championship, players have to qualify to the Tour Championship. So even though you entered the Fall Classic Series, you had to earn your spot in the Tour Championship. And the 24 athletes who advance to the Tour Championship will do so based off of their 12 games of qualifying from the Reno Classic. So we know some players who are already off to a great head start, and some players who have their work cut out for them today. 12 games from the Reno Classic, 12 games from the Pepsi Classic, 24-game pinfall totals in qualifying to determine those 24 athletes moving on to competition Friday and Saturday. On Friday and Saturday, we will have a grand total of 3 8-game round-robin match play rounds. So 24 games. Pinfall goes back to 0. So the Tour Championship, if you qualify first or if you qualify 24th, you start the Tour Championship even, which is great if you're 24. So total pinfall plus the bonus pins for every victory in match play throughout those 24 games will determine the top 5 for the stepladder finals on CBS Sports Network on Halloween. So that's what we know, folks.
It's rundown. I believe we'll be joined by Curtis Von Kruger shortly. And then after Curtis, I will discuss, I talked about players obviously getting off to a great start and qualifying, and some players who did not. Talk about kind of both sides of the coin. 24th for the Reno Classic in qualifying was plus 102, just to give you some context in that regard. 25 players total for the Reno Classic received a check. So Wendy Quartier Jimenez was the final player to get a check from the Reno Classic at plus 100. Some names just outside of the cash line from the Reno Classic. Amanda Fry, who I don't know the last time she bowled a PWBA event. I can't think of it right now, but to come out and after not bowling for a minute and go plus 97 and nearly get a check from the first time out, that's pretty good. Clara Guerrero, Julia Bond, all were plus 97. Taylor Voltice just missed a check. She went plus 161 in the second round of qualifying after a very rough start at the Reno Classic. Maxine Nabel, after not bowling, of course, on tour for many years at this point, plus 76. Maria Jose Rodriguez was plus 68. Caitlin Crawford plus 66. Jordan Richard plus 58. I think those are still some decent to good numbers to get yourself set up for hopefully a good 12-game block and an advancement of to the Tour Championship. one of the top players in the world, and certainly one of the top players, obviously, on the PWBA tour. Danielle McEwen did not have too much fun. She went minus 35 in the Reno Classic. So there's one player that I fully expect to do a complete 180 today and still get herself into position potentially to make the tour championship. It would be Danielle. The players that may fall in that category also, Dasha Kovalova. She went minus 6 in the Reno Classic as well. Of course, we've been talking about the Player of the Year race throughout the week. Things are becoming clearer as the day moves forward, or if you want to look at it in a different fashion, they're becoming more convoluted and confusing and complicated.
If you're watching on BoldTV.com and interested to see the new top 10 after the Pepsi Classic, or heading into Pepsi Classic, I should say. Above the chat, you'll find a couple of different tabs. Find that trophy tab, and you'll find the top 10 at the moment heading into competition today, along with the top 5 for the Rookie of the Year award. Verity Crawley moves into the top spot, but holds a very small advantage over a couple players. Verity, closely followed by Shannon O'Keefe, the two-time reigning PWBA Player of the Year. And Dasha Kovalova, Amelia, you mentioned, finished outside the cut at the Reno Classic. She was the points leader heading into the Fall Classic Series, but still very much within the mix. It's less than 2,000 point difference between Verity and Dasha. And then a little bit of a separation to fourth. Brianna Cote, the big benefactor of a fantastic performance throughout the Reno Classic. She was the top qualifier, top seed for the bracket. Finished runner-up to Stephanie Zavala. She's now less than 8,000 points. Out of the top spot for Player of the Year, Liz Johnson's in 5th. Liz is almost 10,000 back, so imperative for these next couple players to mention to they're going to need top 12s here, and then probably nearly a top 5 performance at the Tour Championship. But still definitely have the points out there. Liz Johnson in 5th, Julia Bond in 6th, Missy Parkin in 7th, Danielle McEwen in 8th, and then even look at Stephanie Zavala in 9th place. She is in great position to take home PWBA Rookie of the Year. Potentially do that today, depending on how things work out. But she could even be in the mix if she continues to have success here at the MBS and get some help from a few of the competitors in front of her along the way.
Hello to all the good people watching right now on BoldTV.com and Facebook, Supporter Bowling USBC page, the PWBA Facebook page, as well as the Bold TV YouTube channel.
I put the same movie, how you told me the one. So I have them the same right now.
See Sal and Jeff. Thoughts this morning. Chris is back. That's good news. It means that he got home safely. Joe is back.
Let me see.
Maury is in the building. Rick, Keith, Olsen, Terry, John, McCordo, Ken, Caitlin, Ralph, David, Sidro, Deborah, Rep.
You forgot one, Emil.
Oh. Did I forget?
Curtis Von Kruger coming in from the top row. He's got the Stapper jacket and all the lines. There he is.
Fellas, wonderful morning. Top of the morning to you. Got my coffee. I got bowling going on. I have everything I absolutely need to keep the action going on here at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno. Taking a look, kind of getting a feel for what this shot is. Obviously, we want to, get a feel for the contrast of what we saw yesterday compared to what we're seeing today. And what I noticed is there seems to be a little more belly, a little more cold in the middle for this shot, which to me is going to allow them to blow this thing open. So my initial inclination, if you will, is that this is going to be a higher scoring pace. I feel like, even last tournament was a pretty high scoring pace, as we know, one of the higher scoring paces we've seen on tour. But this one I still think has the potential to be even higher. I look for the higher rev rate people to have an advantage later as we kind of move through and they can get inside, use the belly, try to get them through the fronts clean, and then be able to get it off the spot down lane. So we'll kind of keep you updated as we move along, but that's kind of what we're seeing out here on the lanes, guys.
All right, Curtis, I appreciate that. And important to note, I don't believe Curtis's sideline report segment was not sponsored by anyone in particular, specifically Starbucks there. But if anyone has it in and knows someone at Starbucks who may be able to sponsor not only Bowl TV, but certainly the PWBA Tour, please let us know.
Yeah, no, if just somebody could give me some free coffee, we can start there. I'm not selfish.
Thanks, KVK. That is Curtis Von Kruger. Talking about this 43-foot lane condition. For those of you asking, I saw a couple of people watching on Facebook and YouTube. 43 feet is the distance. 23.9 milliliters of oil. It should be quite playable for all styles. You should be able to kind of get there and get the look you're looking for, whether you like to see the ball go straight, maybe you like to keep your angles a little straighter, maybe you like to give it away from the pocket a little bit, as Curtis was just talking about. And we've got a couple of strings already. Valerie Bercier just started with the front eight. She's had a couple of opportunities this week at specifically, obviously, the Reno Classic, making the top 12 yesterday. And Liz Colkin, who put on a nice run. I feel that the back half of the Reno Classic qualifying block to just miss the top 12. She has gone strike and 7, next 7. Yes. And, obviously, Liz likes to go left to right. I think Valerie's normal A game because there's a little bit of belly, a circle to her release. Obviously paying dividends right off the bat here on the fresh. Sandra Gongora has started strike spare 6-back. I think, as Curtis mentioned, hold, and that hold is always the bowler's best friend.
I feel like I pitched it and I got
Everybody likes to see a little hold.
Definitely need some holding on the offense.
On the offense.
Those penalties, holding penalties, are the only, in bowling, the only ones that are acceptable. They generally don't cost you 15 yards. They actually probably save 15 yards when you get some holding in bowling. Get that right.
How about that? Folks, as quickly as we talked about Valerie, she wasn't able to strike in the 9th frame, but still 278 out there over on 69 and 70. So, as Curtis mentioned, some opportunity for some big scores, and a few of the players we've mentioned, as you alluded to, Emil, definitely don't mind opening up their ankles between Valerie Wiskolkin and Sandra Gongora. A lot of nice games all around the house. There's going to be obviously a couple players who are going to be finding themselves a little bit farther back here after game one, but a lot of opportunities here for 220, 230s across all the pairs in play. Stephanie Zavala clean after the open in the first. Put herself in rarefied air yesterday with her victory. The last player to win 3 titles as a rookie on a professional women's bowling tour. The great, the legendary Boomer herself, Leanne Holsenberg.
Boomer.
Ironically enough, her husband Gary was in attendance, so
It was.
Leanne won the first 3 of her 27 career PWBA Tour titles. Her rookie campaign in 1987. And Stephanie Zavala not only matching that mark, becoming the first player here in 2021 to reach the 3-win total.
You know, Aaron, I don't say many controversial things.
No. Is this going to be about the Bulls winning the championship because they started 4-0?
No, but everyone, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but if you want to get on the Bulls bandwagon right now, I'll give you a little bit. Because right now, Aaron, the Bulls are undefeated. Never lost. Never lost. The words of the great LeVar Ball. But no, that was not what I was going to say. I alluded to this yesterday, just more of as a talking point, so to speak.
Get out of there, man.
Something to think about. And this was before Stephanie won last night. And now it's I went right back to it last night after she won. Oh, I wonder what this, if there was a vote, what it really would look like now at this point. She certainly earned not that she needed it, but I think she has now earned certainly all the respect from the rest of the bowling community and certainly the tour.
And that was something she had talked about in, we're going to be posting a video interview from after the victory here in just a little bit on our social media channels. But when I talked to her for the story on PWBA.com as well, you know, it sounds like there may have been some doubters out there on the out there on Stephanie Zavala, and first success in the PWBA Tour so far. And if you needed another point to make sure it wasn't a fluke. I mean, one title, that's a pretty good start. 2 titles, definitely not a fluke. 3 titles, come on. She is quickly becoming a bona fide superstar out here on the PWBA Tour. All those doubters out there, shame on them.
Yeah, I mean, and she mentioned it a little bit in the her video interview last night too, and kind of echoed that sentiment. And I'll never forget when Josie Barnes won her second title, and she said that first one is great, but the second one really kind of validates what you believe as a player, because the self-doubts do come in. Was it a fluke? Can I do it again? And then when you get to that second one, it's like, absolutely, I know I can do this. This is where I belong. But yeah, 3 is, she's now leading the tour in that category. Mm-hmm. She's got, that was her 5th championship round appearance last night, with 2 events left here this week. And it's a long shot, and a lot of things would have to go right to, but she did move up, of course, in the Player of the Year situation. She's still several points back before it could be a real conversation. But last night was enough to even throw it out there. And she actually talked a little bit about that too. So be sure to catch that on PWBA social channels if you haven't already. We should, it's a thanks, Stephanie Zavala, for giving the bowling industry, the sports world, someone new to follow, and probably some recruits to Sam Houston State.
Go Bearcats! All right, folks, 222-4 Zavala in the opener. A couple of players wrapping things up here for game number 1, and this is going to be our opportunity and friendly reminder that if you're watching on BowlTV.com, you're already where you need to be to enjoy the action for the rest of the day, as well as tomorrow here at the Pepsi Classic. If you're joining us here for game 1 on Facebook or YouTube, we've got just a couple shots left here before we wrap things up. A 9-pin after that high flush 7 to start. Julia Bond. But heading into game 2 and the rest of the block and the rest of the event, BowlTV.com will be the place to be. That's the only place we'll be sending this broadcast feed to. So BowlTV.com, the place to be. Of course, you'll want to subscribe. We have a few different options for you to check out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Liz. Oh. That was... Oh. That was nearly some sour apples. Oh, 8:29 in the morning.
Oh! That is, yeah. That was a bad pass.
It definitely...
That's the GOAT.
It definitely was looked a little off. That 5-pin was funny.
That's the only reason.
But don't see that one every day from the great Liz Johnson. Unfortunately, an open to conclude her game at 2:09. But a few different price points to come in at if you would like to subscribe and check out the action here and support the PWBA Tour. If you want to buy an event ticket, just like if you want to go watch the Bulls play their next opponent, you can purchase that on Bowl TV as well. $8.95 for the Pepsi Classic. We do have an event bundle available as well, $19.95. Should get you through the rest of the way here on BowlTV.com.
Did you say to watch the Bulls' next opponent?
Well, I mean, if you want to go, if they're at home, if they're at the United Center, it's like that.
All right.
You got to buy a ticket to go watch.
I'm digging it.
Got to buy a ticket to watch the live action. So we have those options to check out, and of course our ongoing annual and recurring monthly subscriptions, $79.95 and $9.95 for those. With the recurring subscriptions, however, you do get full access to the site. So if you miss any action along the way, we have our archive section with the entire 2021 PWBA Tour season available. Of course, all the on-demand content as well. So BoldTV.com, the place to be to check all of that out. And with the conclusion of game number 1 here, we are going to take a quick reset to get ready for game 2 and the rest of the block. So, folks, everybody hang tight. We'll be right back here on Bowl TV for the PWBA Pepsi Classic game number 2, round 1 of qualifying. We certainly hope to see you over at BowlTV.com. We have a great chat community, and there's giveaways as well. Not right now, folks.
Chat's popping too.
It is, always. But be sure to check it out. We hope to see you. Say hello if you do swing on by. For right now, quick refresh. Game 2 coming up next here on Bowl TV from the Pepsi Classic.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
All right, game 2. Locked here as Stephanie Zavala move over to the one pair to the right. Oof. Well, if there's one pin that is a common lead for Zavala, it is a 9 pin. And probably would expect that because of her ridiculous amount of side rotation. Her ball reads the end of a pattern like not too many others here on tour. Misaki Mikani, Shannon Puhalski, Daria Payok, Kayla Crawford. Also on this pair with Abby Ragsdale, Diana Zavyalova again, and Wendy Barter Jimenez. See Abby back out, been a little quiet this week. I believe Sandra Gongora shot 279. They get some ball information as although Commander took care of that answer regarding Liz Culkin's equipment of choice, at least in game 1, the Kinetic Platinum. That is indeed correct. Valerie was using a GB4. Sandra Gongora was using a Damn Good Verge, 279. So 3 players to good starts in the Team Brunswick squad. Next to Chuck Gardner, Eric Krause, Mike Wolf this week representing those brands. That's a really good question. Also, shout out to Allie James, by the way. Or, I'm sorry, Allie Tatro. And the Tatro family. Need to get my list together. I got baby gifts to buy people. Not that I have to, I just want to do it, but I keep forgetting. A lot of people did that for me, so I'd like to return the favor. So Allie again, April again. Valerie on the list. Brent just had it. Okay, who else? All right. Those are real life notes I took, folks. Seriously. Joe Angeloni, my guy Joe, had a good question. He asked, how much do you think a young bowler like Brianna Andrew will learn by bowling with Shannon O'Keefe, Brianna Cote, and Sandra Gongora? And while I certainly don't have the exact answer, Joe, here's what I think, right? They would learn. I think, and I don't know how much talking certainly would go on. Certainly depends on how the players are bowling in that particular cross. Yeah, be respectful of other players' opportunities to win, if that makes sense. But I know players typically do offer advice, especially the young players. I think just by watching how they go about the business, how they kind of handle themselves, even to the point of, equipment, getting it ready, little things like that, something can go a long way. Also think it helps that Brianna is traveling this week with Melanie McDaniel, Kayla Crawford, Valerie Bercier, Kelly Kulik. They're all staying together or rooming together this week. I think she kind of gets multiple ways to ingest some information, especially from Kelly. And Kelly maybe off the lanes, and then you get, of course, Shannon, Bree, and Sandra Gongora on the lanes. 3 of some of the best. Obviously, Shannon has been the best on tour for several years at this point. Brianna Cote, obviously, we talked about her this week and what she continues to do and how she continues to operate. And Sandra Gongora, already with a top 10 finish here this week, also along with Brianna Copley. I think you can ask for a better cross, especially as a young player. I thought that was a very good question, Joe. Someone like Allie probably would be able to add a little bit to that. She has been that young player, and I'm sure has crossed with some experienced players as well. Tabitha, that is an unfortunate known issue for some. I think some individuals have experienced it. Maury discussed that a little bit this morning in the chat. We do know about it. Aaron has forwarded to proper folks that need to see it at Maestro, for example. The accident there is a random workaround. It's working for me. Good stuff there from Allie. Observation is a free tool. Good shot there for Pluhowski. Oh, okay, Abby Ragsdale. Flush, Abby, shot 224. So open things up in game one. Let's take a look. Not yet. Almost. Score is almost right. Don't forget about live scoring. That's a very good start to game one. Elise Bolton at front four, 9 spare strike. Market, front 3, 8 spare, potential 9 spare on the way. Shannon Sellens, the opposite, has gone 5 consecutive 9 spares. They're down on 71 and 72. Anna Zavjalova, 9 spare, or excuse me, 8 spare, 9 spare, 3-bagger. As you can see here on 59 and 60. Clara has gone strike, 8 spare, 3-bagger. Valentina Cruz, 6 spare, 3-bagger. Good stuff there from Scott Bender. Adding to the current conversation, young players, great experienced players, crossing or learning from other good and great players. By the way, the finish alleys, for those who may have not seen it, we talked about the players being very prominent on social media, which is so true. Many players really take you inside their, if not daily, weekly training sessions, whether they're in the gym or on the lanes, and obviously some other day-to-day type stuff, the normal stuff that, that quote-unquote normal people do. Drink coffee, go laundry, take the dogs to the vet. Got added what he's learned with crossing with great players. It's more about how well they repeat shots and how much faster they make adjustments. It's never, I would assume they're supposed to be intimidated by their physical games, but damn, they were good at repeating shots. That is the key. It doesn't take long. You are right about that, Scott. Seeing how great players are, how good that they are at repeating shots. And then while some of us are staring 10 pins in the face for 3 consecutive frames or 10 pin, 4 pin, the great ones have already made the move. We're probably 3 to 4 frames behind. And I'm saying it's non-great professionals. That's why it's so rare that you don't see a lot of players like a Stephanie Zavala have that type of success, right? I mean, it's few and far between in your first year because your first year typically involves a lot of learning. I'm not saying that Stephanie hasn't learned a lot because she certainly has, but you kind of give a little bit more respect to it because she's leading the tour in wins. The one issue or fact that I did not know until last night was she missed the kickoff last night in January. So we could be looking at a potential different situation for the Player of the Year race. Had she bowled those 3 events, even just from the amount of points that she would have earned no matter the finish. Blair is going to strike 8 spare 5 back. Allie, by the way, how's our little homie doing this morning? Dasha has gone double 9 spare 4 bagger. Amanda Fry 7 spare 9 spare 4 bagger. Multiple strings here this morning. Alva continuing That's an excellent point there. Thinner blood, Allie. Bala mixes them up. Another young player is Kayla Crawford, St. Ambrose University. Kayla pretty busy getting her master's degree and is also working 2 jobs, including a lot of work with the Elite Youth Tour. I do a lot of work for as well. Good shot. I mentioned this, I think a couple of events ago, but Saki Yukani also has impressed me. My limited time seeing her. She made the top 12 in the Reno Classic also. I think she's had some really good runs and events in her limited time out here on the PWBA Tour. All right, let's see. Do we have some standings up? We do. Thank you so much. Mentioned the 279 from Sandra Gongora. That's your game 1 leader. Liz Culkin, 268, 265 for Valerie Mercier. Jordan Richard with some work to do after missing the top 12 also. The Reno Classic, she starts 260. Shannon Sellens, 256. Shannon bowled well in the Reno Classic. I think some late trouble with Carey, and she just missed advancing also. Lindsay Boomershine, 255. Dasha Kovalova, 248. Shalyn Zulkifli, 238. Clara Guerrero, 237. Shannon Puhalski, 233. Rana Cote, 231. Stephanie Johnson, 228. Another good point there, Scott. It is much different. It's a different landscape in regards to youth and collegiate bowling. So preparation in many cases has already begun for life as a professional. Certainly both on the lanes and off. And then you get here and you try to put it all together, one step at a time. But generally speaking, the foundation is already good. Bowling, collegiate bowling, so prominent now that brands and ball companies, like Storm, for example, have created essentially a youth staff type program, the evolution program, specifically the Storm, as an example. So they're already on the radar much earlier. And already kind of putting them in some opportunities to succeed down the road. I would be on the lookout in the future, actually, about this very topic, really about the impact of youth and collegiate bowling and kind of the comparisons between now and then, if that makes sense. In a prominent bowling magazine coming your way in the near future. Very good stuff. Dasha Kovalova is going to be in the 270s, and that's right, Jim. So at minimum, at least of 2 games, and we could see another one from Diana Zaniolo, who so far has the only 300, of course, the Reno Classic. And then, of course, we add in the international element of the PWBA Tour. For example, Dibache Jimenez, France, Saki Mugatani from Japan. Of course, Felicia Wong is competing this week, fresh off a gold medal in singles. Pan Am Elite Championships representing Canada. Verity Crawley, obviously, England. We've had several players represent Australia at varying times in the last 5 years or so, but this week specifically, former tour player Maxine Abel is back out from Australia. Colombia has long been represented. Maria Jose Rodriguez, Clara Guerrero, Rocio Restrepo, Angie Ramirez. Diana, of course, Latvia, Daria from Poland. And we could go certainly on and on. Sandra Nangora, Mexico. Laura, good item on that, Maury. Sandra also helped Mexico to team silver at the Pan Am Elite. All right, 179 for Zavala, 187 for Ragsdale. All right, a couple of finals coming through as we wrap up game 2. Maria shot 224, Ellen McDaniel 201, Amanda Fry 222, and Dasha Kovalova did indeed finish with 279. Already 279s, and we could have another as Zavialova would get some favorable carry. Aaron and I noted during the Reno Classic in regards to consistency at major events. Although technically this is not a major event yet, but it feels like a major week to me. Now, this is my first Classic series that I've attended in person, and it just feels like a major week to me. And it's probably because there's 3 events in 1 week, so it's a long week no matter what. And a fast 8 there, so DZ's going to be in the 260s. And obviously the qualifying totals from the Reno Classic and the Pepsi Classic combined will get you to Tour Championship if you're in the top 24 of those scores. Diana's the only player to make both shows, both major shows. Finishing both 5th at the U.S. Women's Open and the USBC Queens, respectively. 267 for Zavialova. Mukatani shoots 184, 170 for Kayla Crawford. Ohio, opportunity. To get to 234 here. She finished 7th yesterday in the Reno Classic. Had a nice little run, too. Fortunately, ill-timed 130 game. There's probably never a good time for that type of game. She rebounded nicely. But if not for that game, she may have found herself an opportunity to make the show last night. All right, Shannon. 200 even for Puhalski. Puhalski crew, they're doing well now back in Ohio. Shannon doing a couple of different things with a couple of different groups. Local Dating Association, involved with Local Infusion. Actually got Mary. Wife Carrie is here. Shout out to Autumn and Christopher as well. All right, that'll do it for game 2. As you see, Marissa Allison not wasting any time getting game 3 started, and I'm okay with that. Oh, we are moving right along. Which means that just gets me closer to lunch. But Millie's is not open, so I can't go get a veggie omelet, which is disappointing. Jim, that's a good thought, certainly. And obviously, everybody will enjoy 100K. I don't think, however, that has stopped the best from bowling on tour. And I'm basing that just on my own personal experience. I'll never forget talking to Team Singapore and Team Malaysia for the first time a couple years back. And, money never comes up when you have these types of conversations. It's just an obvious thing. Right? Of course, everyone will enjoy higher purses. But they came out because they wanted to bowl and train against the best. So they could then go back and be as prepared as they can be to bowl, for example, the SEA Games or a World Championship. Now, do we get everybody, all of the best players from across the world to the tour? No. Hopefully at some point we'll have more opportunities, or more players will be able to make a trip. But here again, for example, Germany. Aaron and I referenced the 2016 Queen, which I think was the most international stepladder I've ever seen. Cindy Jane of Malaysia. Siti Sophia has won a title on this tour. 2 Malaysian players have won titles. Shayna Ung, who had a birthday yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Happy belated, Shayna. Sherry Tan, of course. Hu Wei Fin. Bernice Lim. Jazreel Tan. 5 players from Singapore have won PWBA titles. 2 of them were majors. Here again, now a PWBA champion. Sandra Andersson, the first player from Sweden to win a PWBA title. Verity Crawley, to our knowledge, first player from England to win a PWBA title. Diana Zavjalova, Latvia, with a PWBA title, to its credit. Maria Jose Rodriguez, Clara Guerrero, Lucia Restrepo, Colombian PWBA Tour champions. Angie has made a show. Juliana Franco has made 2 shows. She too is from Colombia. There are a lot of great parts of this tour for me after being out here for so long. That's certainly high on my list. Getting to know and meet new players from around the globe. Good stuff in the chat today. I like it. Should we keep the same energy throughout the day? I'll do my best to keep my same energy too. So talking about keeping the same energy, Stephanie Johnson, fresh off a stepladder finals appearance, a 3rd place finish overall last night, plus 41 after a couple, starting here with the front 3. Make it 4 in a row. Steph always, she always gives us something from the wardrobe perspective. I know it's happened. I didn't want to recognize it. I feel like the more attention I draw to it, the worse I feel. Jersey game is strong, though. To the kid. Oh, that was a lovely shot there for Sid. Mrs. Brummett is in the building, is here this week. Although I do think she is empty-handed, which is kind of disappointing. I also didn't ask if she had snickerdoodles, so I'll need to do my due diligence there. Jenna Higgins, now a first-time PWBA champion, someone very happy to see finally break through. Excellent shot there, husband Dan, like he always is, typically up here with us in the concourse area, watching his wife's deliveries intently, offering any advice that he can. Steph J makes it 5 in a row. Well, Curtis said this morning when he hopped on to give us some early thoughts on what he was seeing and who he had talked with, and mentioned that the scoring pace expected to be even higher than it had been previously, or yesterday, I should say, the last 2 days. And I believe that is because of the additional length of the pattern. There's a little bit of hold. Certainly more hold than the 37-footer. Dueling front fives between Steph J and Sid the Kid. Make it 6. Bang. 8-pin late to go. And Stephanie Johnson. Right now, the golden tickets based on her attire. Halfway home. It's a good shot there from Marissa Allison. I don't know too much about Marissa. My first time seeing her, but I feel like her scores haven't reflected, at least the times that I've watched her throw some shots. They could be. 6 for 6 for Grummett now as well. Yet, well, it must be really windy in here. I'm almost positive that camera is locked down. But apparently it has its own energy. Stuff J. Bang. Let's see something that we've never seen. At least that I've never seen. My time in the PWBA tour. Haven't seen multiple on a pair. Thanks, Mrs. Vi, for that information. In College of Ohio for Marissa. All right, can Sid Grummett match and continue this nice momentum? Oh, hook a little. Get on the horse. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Wow, that ball hooked from like Fernley. Which is just east of Reno. We have 8, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, roll, maybe. Nice start for Stephanie Johnson. Tabitha. I'll do my best to find that out. And a little high flush there for Melissa Kammerer, Courtney Ermish, and Brianna Clemmer, and Birgit Norreichs. Jen Higgins, meanwhile, that's 7-10 in the 4th frame. She has been perfect as well. So now it's all up left to Sydney Robbins, the Mount Mercy University assistant coach. Works with the men's squad, along with graduate assistant Smith. She too fresh off with the Team USA to a gold medal. Bang! last two probably haven't been to her liking, but got to take advantage of it when you can. Right now, the 43-foot pattern is to the advantage of many players today. So if there ever was an opportunity to obviously make up pins and try to get folks to positions to advance to the Tour Championship tomorrow, or excuse me, on Friday, this is it. Back-to-back dimes, that one a little different. Yo, I want to bowl on 59 and 60. By the way, Ken, I saw your note, and I do not have the answer to that, my man. That is above my pay grade. Thank you, Kendall, by the way. Lindsey Boomershine, front seven on 47 and 48. Brianna Cote, eyes are right. Gone 9 spare, 5-bagger. I think did not count at this point. Oh yeah, Jim. That's me. Give me all of the 43 feet. Keep my ball. I need that oil to help keep my ball online just a touch long. Although I did used to love short patterns. My, how times have changed. What's up, Tony? Tony, I hope I was able to do you a solid and get more release on that low angle camera last night. Rummett for 9 in a row. Bang. Sid the Kid. Not kidding around this morning. Shine now with the front 8. And now I go to our trusty text thread to alert our team of perhaps multiple opportunities this game. Step J after back-to-back 10 pins. Small footing issue. Then stop her from an all 10 down. Trouble after the first one was good for Jen Higgins. Plus 18 after a couple. In fact, it's a good opportunity if I haven't already. I think I have. Take a look at scores after game 2. Dasha Kovalova, 248, 279, plus 127 after 2 games. Sandra Gungor, again, 279, 233, plus 112. Lindsey Boomershine, 255, 246. She's got the front 8. Nice game for Stephanie Johnson. 267. Shalyn Zulkifli, 238, 256 plus 94. She is fourth. Diana Zavyalova, 216, 267 plus 83 in fifth. Clara, sixth at plus 82. Brianna Cote, seventh at plus 75. Valerie Bercier, eighth at plus 66. Liz Colkin, ninth. Tied with Shannon Sellens at plus 65. Carrie Smith, 11th at plus 61. Daria Payo, 12th at plus 51. Boy, that 12th place today is going to be a high number. Right now, we focus in on Sydney Brummett. For 10 in a row. Indeed. Brummett for 11 in a row. Bang. Boy, she's throwing some no-doubters. Meanwhile, Boomershine has the front 10. For 12 in a row. Bang! Sydney Brummett, 300 game. And now we zipped off to Lindsay Boomershine. Okay, 1 300 down, one more to go. Second 300 shot this week. 800 also on the line. 299 gets you to 800. 300 gets you to 801. Boomershine on the lane. Bang! Lindsay Boomershine, 300, 801. The first three of the PWBA Pepsi Classic. Just a few minutes after Sydney Brummett tossed 12 strikes in a row. Great work from Aaron Smith, Curtis Von Kruger, Jason Thomas, and even Joe Jacquet from Bowler's Journal got in on the action. I think I'm going to take a break after that. .801. Now that's what I'm striving for. Meanwhile, Gary Smith plus 61 after a couple. So there now have been 300 games this week. Two, of course, in the Pepsi Classic. And the first belonging to Diana Zavjalova during the Reno Classic. All right, Jay Rich gets to 203, 181 for Verity Crawley. A couple of splits, as you can see. Perfect scorecard, the unblemished scorecard. Finally, it makes sense now, Aaron Smith. 2 unblemished scorecards in one game. I will we'll find that out for you, Jesse. All right, Jesse or Lindsay, the dark code was used. And I'll send out the word or the feelers out for Sydney's ball of choice. All right. This is the cross that we had a little discussion about here earlier. This will be a good one to hang on to for a little bit. Shannon O'Keefe, Sandra Gongora, Brianna Cote, and Brianna Andrew. We'll keep tabs, obviously, on now Boomershine, who at this point more than likely is going to be the leader at plus 201. if you're just joining us, folks, Game 3 might have been one of the best games I've seen in my 5 years on the PWBA tour. We've had situations like that before where 300 games or potential 300 games were available. Most of the time, they don't always work out, but every now and then, they do. And we had to. Yes, Bruce. I can't give you the times, though, how many times, but I've seen it happen multiple times. Yes. Not very often, but it has happened before. Gongora. First shot for Cote, Brianna Andrew, the lone lefty on this cross. Other news and notes here for game number 4. Other pairings to keep an eye on. Let's see. Valerie Bercier, Shannon Sellens, Elise Bolton, Missy Parkin on 55 and 56. Melanie McDaniel, Maria Jose Rodriguez, Dasha Kovalova, and Amanda Fry on 57 and 58. Jasmine Mason, Valentina Cruz, Clara Guerrero, and Ashley Monte on 59 and 60. Christy Leong, Danielle McEwen, Felicia Wong on 61 and 62. Jörgen Norrijks, Brianna Klemmer, Courtney Ermish, Melissa Kammerer on 63 and 64. Jen Higgins, Marissa Allison, Stephanie Johnson, Sydney Brummett, 65 and 66. Kayla Crawford, Daria Payo, Saki Mukatani, Shayna Pluhowski on 67 and 68. Stephanie Zavala, Abby Ragsdale, Wendy Barteri Jimenez, Diana Zavyalova on 69 and 70. Summer Jasmine, Julia Bond, and Nellie Blomquist, Liz Johnson on 71 and 72. Brianna Andrew, oh, you know this one. In case you don't, you're watching Brianna Andrew, Brianna Cote, Shannon O'Keefe, and Sandra Gongora on 47. Kelly Kulick. Kayla Bandy, and Jen Hokersack on 49 and 50. Liz Colkin, Taylor Boltice, Shallow Peepley, Maxine Nabel on 51 and 52. And we just watched Meredith Crawley, Jordan Richard, Lindsey Boomershine, Carrie Smith on 53 and 54. Jim, the answer to that question is yes. PWBA does offer or present, I should say, 300 rings for players. I do not know, however, the frequency. We've had plenty of PWBA 300 ring presentations during my time, but I don't know the frequency. I don't believe they get one for every single one, but they might, because mean, doesn't happen every day. I mean, to be fair, it's not a league setting, if that makes sense, where the frequency of 300s might be a bit higher. And obviously, you guys follow the PWBA tour, you know that there's not often that many opportunities to strike like this. And there it is. Someone who would know exactly, provides the exact information. Now, Andrew, coming up next. That's a really good spare for O'Keefe because that was, as you could see, that 2.8 was offset. It's already choppable, and just being offset ever so slightly made it even more difficult. Lefty. He has thrown 2 really good shots. Grand Rapids, Michigan. This right lane so far, bugaboo for Brianna Cote. Cote, like everyone else in the field, right back at it here for the Pepsi Classic. Specifically for Zavala, Cote, Stephanie Johnson, and Kelly Kulik, right back at it from last night's Step Ladder Final. If you missed the show last night, I would encourage you to check it out on BowlTV.com. It's in the Archive Events channel. You can also show some love to the Bowl TV YouTube channel as well. You can see it there also. Dave Lamont and Carolyn Doran Ballard on the call. Right now, they're running kind of joke, but it's true, is that I have been in attendance for every one of Stephanie Zavala's 3 titles, and because of the way the season has worked and how it started, I haven't been to every event. So I told her, she told me, she said, that's 3. I'm like, Stephanie, I'm not an agent or anything, but I think I'm getting closer to some kind of percentage. See Kelly just off to the right on the 49 to 52 channel. Wrapping the 10 pin. Just saying, Michael, now if she wins another one this week, then I got to get in the contract. quick note regarding Sydney Brummett's ball of choice, as pleasantly asked by Jesse Torres on our Bold TV chat. The ball of choice for Sydney was an IQ Tour. IQ Tour. For some, I know that is kind of old faithful, old trusty. For many people I know who like to use that brand of equipment. She also said thank you very much for the congratulatory messages and interest in what equipment she was throwing. All right, no score update as of yet, but that should be coming up very soon. And normally, or at least the last 2 days, has it been 2 days? I'm getting it all mixed up already. Never mind. I'll tell you in a minute there, Zachary, as soon as the scores are updated. This is something that always comes up, but since we had 2 300s in one game, oh, Jim, I've got a story for you now. Since you said that, I'll get into this. Meanwhile, It's down for Shannon O'Keefe. He's looking to potentially make a nice jump here. But since we've seen 2 300s here, always like to, this comes up every now and then, but high series, how many 300 games do we have? High games. What do you got out there, Bold TV chat? We always talk about this, and I don't remember. I apologize. I'll start them. I'll even drop it in the chat. Okay, I put it out there. Those are my credentials. Feel free to play along. Today is definitely the day where there's going to be multiple front somethings. But today is definitely the day where we can't go to them too early. This reminds me of the 2011 Open Championships.
Oh, going way back.
I am going way back in this very building. Welcome back, Aaron Smith. I don't remember the total number of 300s, but I believe it was the highest number at that particular point in the tournament's history.
Oh, I can't show.
I don't recall. Not even close.
I think for 800s.
Okay. Yeah, I think
300s wasn't. It was close.
But, I mean, every time. And back then, the stadium had a different scoring system. And so when someone reached the front 7, their score card would turn red. Many of you have bowled this event, so you know what I'm referring to. And here I am, still not new, but still new in a sense, right? But I'm experienced at this point. But I mean, I'm zipping. Every front 7 I saw was gotta lead the office. I'm out there. Out there. And there were times where we had a couple in the same game. Keith, double 8 spare 3-bagger. Slowly but surely. Brianna Andrew making this left side look solid here. Cote. No! First. Hashtag Team No Ape. All right, Alyssa says 300, 824. I should have said how many. I should have put how many parentheses or how many 300 games I had in parentheses. Mine is just one. Jim Jordan, 300, 821. Rep 23 300s. High series is 858. Michael, 797. Ringy 10, the first ball to 10. Tim has a rules question. Let's see if Brianna Andrew can make some different kind of history and noise here. That 7-10 attempts.
Rules at bowl.com.
There you go.
Spot for rules questions. Or bowl.com/rules.
Definitely reach out to the rules department. They'll take care of you. Even know some people that about to learn all about rules and more. You may, and we'll hear a familiar face or voice in the future for your rules requests. Liz Romero, 300s, 783 series. Scott Feldner, 14 300s and 1 800. John says he only shot 300s during action. I like that. He's not here for the play. John just doesn't even bowl. It's like if you ain't about that action, we can't talk. It's like Marshawn Lynch. It's about that action, boss. Roseanne, that is indeed correct. The top 24 after the Reno Classic and the Pepsi Classic combined. And the scores taken there are the 12-game qualifying totals for the Reno Classic and the 12-game qualifying totals for the Pepsi Classic today. Top 24, those scores are all added up. Complete, of course, we'll move on to the Tour Championship. James, 4 300s. 774 high series, bowling on 3 different pairs of lanes. That's pretty impressive. When you know someone has a lot of 300 and 800, they give you an answer like Jim did, a few of each. Okay, modest Jim. We'll take a trip around the stadium here in just 1 second. But first, our latest score update brought to you by future sponsor that's speaking into existence. Insert coffee manufacturer. Lindsay Boomershot plus 201. Obviously, after the 300 game, she is in the lead. Shalin Zulkifli talked about international players, a Malaysian legend. And Shalin looking to get that career bucket list item finally complete with a PWBA title. She's in second, plus 141. Dasha Kovalova third after the hot start. She shoots 197 in game 3. At a plus 124. Sandra Gongora fourth at plus 123. We are watching her here. Brianna Cote is fifth at plus 111. Bang. Stephanie Johnson sixth at plus 108 after her 267. And to think Stephanie really got this party started. She was the one that was, of course, she was first on the scoreboard. She got this thing popped. Danielle McEwen needing a huge bounce back today. And through 3 games, she is right where she needs to be. Kayla Crawford That front 5 has now turned into the front 8. And we'll keep tabs on that here shortly. Voltice, Taylor that is, 8th at plus 99. Sydney Brummett after her 300 game, now 9th at plus 96. Valerie Bercier, 10th at plus 85. A tie for 11th with Liz Colkin and Diana Zavyalova, plus 82. That is your cut number at the moment, plus 82. Brianna Clemmer is 13th at plus 74. Maria Jose Rodriguez is 14th at plus 73. Clara Guerrero is 15th at plus 72. Gigi, 257 of her own, 16th at plus 71. Shannon Pluhowski is 17th at plus 69. Jen Higgins, 18th at plus 67. T. Parkin is 19th at plus 66. And Shannon Sellens, who started this game and is still perfect at this moment in time. Right now, 20th at plus 59. Sellens as the front 7 at the moment. Finishing up the 300, 800 chat. Oh, man. Oh. No, this has nothing to do with what's happening on the lanes, folks, but arguably the greatest person of all time has blessed the Bowl TV chat. His name, Michael Donahue.
Never heard of him.
I believe he expected that response from you.
Let's go, Golden Knights. See, I made up for it. I'm like a Sour Patch Kid up here. Hi, Mike. Miss you, buddy.
All right, finishing up our chat. Mark Pruitt. Mark Pruitt, 17 300, 6 800s, 9 299s, 4 298s. I like the thoroughness and detail of your answers. I appreciate it. I would like to know now what Mike done. Mike, can you participate in this, please? Can you please share your exclusive and extensive list of 300s and 800s? A couple players have, or people have noticed, starting to see more splits. Starting to see some transition, certainly. $10 pin for Kayla, 9 spare for Shannon Sellens. Meanwhile, Shannon O'Keefe having no trouble right now here in this game 3. We need to move that scoreboard ever so slightly so we can see the final game number. Good shot there for the reigning 2-time PWBA Player of the Year, who is not out of this race by any stretch, folks. I want to make that clear. She finished 13th at the Reno Classic. She would have obviously gained more points with a top 12 finish. But O'Keefe right there, still in second. I'll double check that number, but big double in the 10th. So now in the 250s goes, this is O'Keefe. Gary Minor, 10 300s, 1805. Cordero, excuse me. 8 300s. As Coach Hay strikes his first shot in the 10th frame. Had 24 in a row at one point. Hey, Miss Diana Jesse. 12 300s, 3 800s, and an 813. Robert McGraw, 17 300s, 6 800s, 847 is his high. 257 for Shannon O'Keefe. Mike, I missed your question. I will ask Aaron that in just 1 second. First, let me go back to Jesse's question about bonuses. If a 300 is gold and a step ladder finals, yes. Unless otherwise noted. $10,000. And in past, and still is, I believe, courtesy of Go Bowling.
Go Bowling. That's right.
They offer that bonus, which we've had a few players cash in on.
It's in the past 2 seasons. And a couple other players so close. Thinking about Liz Culkin. Back in Tucson, I believe. In 2019, 299.
Yes. Game 4. Is complete here on 47 and 48. Let's see who's coming to this pair. Let's see if we want to stay here or not. Let's see. Or where do we want to go?
Emil, I want to go to 55 and 56 right now. Catch the end of Missy Parkin and Shannon Sellens as they.
Let's do it. Yeah, you're right.
They're striking up a frenzy.
Mark, I'll do what I can for you on that one. By the way, Aaron, Mike Donahue had asked.
Oh, I can guess what he asked.
Get the credentials for the number of career 457.
Wow, you're having a good old time here, Mr. 796, aren't you? Aren't you?
Yeah, but
I noticed you didn't ask me what my high series was. I see how it is, man. I see how it is.
First one, I'm laughing because it's Mike Donahue. And 2, you had every opportunity to drop your credentials in the chat like everybody else.
I'm not a bragger, though.
I don't think there's anything brag about me shooting 796. I just want to start a conversation.
Hey, you did. Here you are getting on me about 457.
I didn't get on you. I just laughed at the comment. I mean, I do know that 457, so I might believe that maybe you've left in the past. That's all. Just saying.
I'm afraid you're right. I don't know. I got so defensive in that situation. Here I am. But it's a sizable amount. However, my career spare percentage on 4 or 5 combinations is unparalleled.
Boy. That back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbit. Shine dealing with some trouble. Meanwhile, nice game, of course, for Shannon Sellens. 277. At least 5 games of 270 or better already across the field through 4 games. Verity has picked up some steam here. See Parkin 269. Oh, goodness. I don't know who just threw that shot on 57. That 7-pin took a couple of blows and still stood like the rope-a-dope. $244 for Verity Crawling. Stephen Hahn, 43,300, 17,800s. K-Reds fan. Seven 300s, 2 800s. 878 high. Well, that's pretty good. Woo. All right, Kerry Smith. I'm going to give some pins back. Looks like we're just about done across the building. Other scores, Caleb Andy, 238, Kelly Kulik, 207. Over sack, 130. Liz Johnson, 269, and Nelly Blomquist, 257. Valentina Cruz, 232. Claire got to 212. And everyone else has begun game number 5. GG 192. Looks like Ashley is finishing up. Delante, that is. Aaron, what's today's date?
27. 27. It's the day. 4 different video bowling individuals tape attempts at 300, and they both happened. Mark it down.
All right, Taylor Boltice, Maxine Nabel, Shaolin Zulkifli, and Liz Colkin, along with Lindsey Boomershine, Carrie Smith, Verity Crawley.
There's no getting right to it. That's not the play. The more we go this way, the more parallel move, like 3 and 2, stuff like that. There'd be no 5 and 1.
And Jordan Richard. So Verity Crawley, by virtue of her 5th place finish, now leads the PWBA points list, which means she leads the PWBA Player of the Year race. Her current point total is 113,100. Second place is Shannon O'Keefe, 112,070. Just 1,030 points separate first and second right now. But if you like that, Dasha Kovalova is third with 111,800 points. Just 1,300 points separate Dasha from Verity, first to third. And of course, 270 points separate O'Keefe and Kovalova, second to third. Of course, the big winner yesterday was Brianna Cote. Her runner-up finish vaulted from 8th to 4th and now sits at 105,695. 7,405 points from first and Verity Crawley. Liz Johnson is fifth in the race, 103,810. Julia Bond is sixth at 103,245. Missy Parkin is seventh at 100,262.5. Danielle McEwen eighth at 98,875. Stephanie Zavala ninth at 96,550. Now into the top 10, and 10th is Birgit Doras at 91,787.
Emil, did you know all this talk about stats and such? Folks watching today, if they go to PWBA.com, they find the tournaments tab. They select 2021 season stats. They will find all stats updated for the Arena Classic as well.
And that's why, Aaron, you are the GOAT.
Correction. Liz Johnson is the GOAT. She has started with the front court.
Yeah, it's falling down in the same spot that it was. It's slowing down sooner or later. So we can go to max.
I don't think you're actually far enough left. I think you can not like a 4 and 2. It's more parallel. Like 3 and 2.
Right now are like 13, so I'm like 14.
Yeah.
I like, because they're a little short, probably. They're like a 30 for the trace. That's okay, right?
Yeah, that's okay. We go that 101. Yeah. Go back. Where you were. Okay.
James, there a good question regarding Rookie of the Year. It is all but, I should say all for Stephanie Zavala to certainly hang on to. Mentioned Zavala at 96,550. Brianna Clemmer, 69,937.5, a difference of 26,612 and a half points. Almost the equivalent of 2 victories. But it's never over until it's mathematically over. There's ever been a leader of a category, it's definitely Stephanie Zavala leading Rookie of the Year. Another good point there made by my man Jeff. Mr. Baker has severity. Certainly missed the kickoff classic.
Let's get through it. Yeah. 100%. Don't go a lot. But at least the ball gets through to some kind of lane now where that RST was 1%.
We do have a score update available now after 4 games from the PWBA Pepsi Classic. Despite 168 after the 8:01 start, Lindsey Boomershine still leads the way, plus 169. Stephanie Johnson, plus 140 in second. Shalyn Zolkeefly, plus 139. Danielle McEwen, plus 127. Dasha Kovalova, plus 124. Sandra Gongora, plus 122. Taylor Boltice, plus 115. Shannon O'Keefe, for that 257 last game, plus 100. Abby Ragsdale, plus 97. Daria Payuk, plus 96, rounds out the top 10. Brianna Cote, plus 95. And then Liz Johnson, who's now up to the front 6, over on 47 and 48. Currently the cut number at plus 94. Liz had 269 last game. First player out of the cut at the moment, Sydney Brummett, who had a 300 in game 3. She followed it with 191 in game 4, plus 87. And 41 players, even or better, through 4 games. Some players a little bit farther back in the standings looking to together a little run here. Jordan Richard, who is even in 41st place. Stephanie Zavala, our champion last night at the Reno Classic, at plus 3 in 39th place. Kelly Kulik and Ashley Galante are tied for 35th at plus 11. Our PWBA Tour points leader at the moment, Verity Crawley, plus 21. Tied for 32nd. So a few folks to keep an eye on as well to see if they're able to get things going and toss some strikes here. The back half of this block and looking ahead to the 6 games later today. That might affect a few of these folks. Good call, good people in the chat. Yeah, quite a few folks with 3 instead of 4 there. Good catch. Okay. Good old refresh button took care of business, so disregard everything I just said. New update. Dasha Kovalova leads the way, plus 178. Lindsay Boomershine sits in second, plus 169. Stephanie Johnson, plus 140. Shalyn Zolkeefly, plus 139. Shannon Sellens, 277 last game at plus 136. Missy Parkin, plus 135. Danielle McEwen, plus 127. Sandra Gongora in 8th, plus 122. Taylor Baltice, plus 115. Shannon O'Keefe, 10th, plus 100. Abby Ragsdale, plus 97. Daria Payuk, plus 96. So that changes the cut by a couple pins, so is a little bit higher. Payuk at plus 96. Then Brianna Cote, plus 95. And Liz Johnson, plus 94. First few players out of the number. Liz Johnson up to the front 8. Over on 47 and 48. So we might be making the switch. Momentarily here. Ashley Galante also at the front 6 this game, over on 61 and 62. So if Liz gets number 9, we'll make the switch over for her 10th frame. Once again, she's on 47 and 48 if you want to head over there early. So, folks, remember when Emil called me the GOAT earlier? And I'm like, nah, that's Liz Johnson. Well, guess what? She's got 9. We're heading over there in just a moment, folks. Let's go after Lindsay's spare attempt here. We'll toss up the Pepsi schedule for the rest of the event here, leading up to Thursday's stepladder finals. we go. There we go. All right. Liz Johnson, plus 98. Front 9. Ashley Galante did not strike in the 7th frame, so this is the last run we will have. Here in game number 5. Summer Jasmine and Nelly Bloomquist finishing up their games first. Julia Bond also on 47 and 48 and plus 41. Working on a couple strikes. She can get to 237 this game. Primetime moments. You got to lead with your primetime players. Emil Williams Jr. back and ready here.
I don't know about all that, man. I'm a guy who likes to share in the success. By the way, did you already go over scores? Probably did, right?
I did. I got them completely wrong the first time. And I was saved by some good folks in the chat. Let me know that we only had partial scores in, so we did get there. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Liz Johnson stepping up. A PWBA Tour event with 9 consecutive strikes. Shot there from Julia. She's in the 220s now.
Good game here for Julia, too. We are now later into this block. Lizzie J. Liz Johnson looking for 10 in a row. Bang. She has been no doubting them. .269 in game 4. KVK alerts me that is 19 consecutive for Liz Johnson.
It's a sizable amount of strikes. My goodness. It's also same pair. Lindsay Boomershine kept off her arena.
How about that? Liz Johnson, 4-11. Maybe left. Oh, kick that 10 out the way. Liz Johnson only can do it. Make it 20 in a row. Looking for 21 consecutive. Liz Johnson, how about it? Bang. Woo. Just gave me the feels, Anderson.
I'm just saying, I kind of called her the greatest of all time in spring.
You did. 21 in a row. Hashtag GOAT.
Woo.
Hashtag Liz Johnson. That is the third. .300 game of the day. 2 in game 3. It's game 3.
Game 3.
Now 1 in game 5. Sydney Brummett, Lindsey Boomershine, Liz Johnson. Oh, and then looks like we've got when goats shoot 300, we get people who want to talk.
All right. Well, fellas, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it seems that they put grandma's dishes out on 47 and 8. They broke out the fine china. Some pretty big scores already shot on that pair, but just across the house, you just see scores are going up and up and up and up. And so it's really kind of cool to see the scoring pace. We said at the beginning of the round that we felt like there was a lot of belly in the middle, some hold, and you can see people like Liz keeping a tight line, but it's she can get it in a little bit or she can get it out. And if you create area for these players, as we can see, a lot of really big scores here. Of course, we've already said it, Liz Johnson now working on 21 in a row. That is right, 21 in a row. So we'll see if she can continue to run this streak, but looks like scores are going to continue to go up, and it's going to take a big one to make the number here, guys.
Indeed it is. Your report earlier this morning was spot on, obviously, by the way. And when you discussed what you were talking about with what to expect from the pattern, and it certainly resulted in just that. All right, thanks, Curtis. Man. Aaron Smith, 37 feet, 43 feet. Tour championship pattern is 40 feet. But it's not 40 feet flats.
No.
It is not that. Can you hear me?
Just doing a little technical upgrades here on my setup, but looks like we got you good.
So you can hear me.
Yeah, this is definitely not a 40-foot flat pattern. And it's got to be. I hate to give the wrong impression of easy, right? Because this is still a lower ratio pattern. It's not easy. It just goes to show you when you give these players a little bit of room, it's amazing. And of course, the Colombian players and a number of our American players are coming back from high-level competition, winning some medals. So they were already finely tuned, playing on different shots. And now you give them a little bit of soft, and oh man, they're just going to run away with it all day. Really exciting. I love both. I see value in a low scoring pace and a high scoring pace, but it's always fun to see a lot of strikes.
Yeah, and on this tour, there's not a lot of opportunity for high scoring. And so to have it at the end and give everybody an opportunity to make a little dough, hopefully make some shows, and obviously win some titles with $50K at the end is certainly a good opportunity. I was telling you earlier, you were spot on regarding your description of what to expect when we opened the broadcast up this morning. Obviously, the lanes have played exactly what you were talking about. The longer distance allows a little more hold in the middle of the lane, unlike the 37-foot pattern, where if you miss left, it's definitely going left because of the shorter distance. Hold is good. It's a friend of players, and there are some really good pairs also, I think, that have developed, 47 and 48 being one of them, honestly.
I think both of the end pairs are really, really nice. It seems like the two bookend pairs, 47 and 8, and then down on 71 and 72, both pairs are really nice. You got a lot of players striking. So, and it was that kind of situation where you still got to come in steep. You can get the ball through the mid part of the lane pretty good, but you still have to have an angle. You can see some players that are trying to still stay up the back of it a little too much. And you'll see them leaving a lot of flat tins, ringing tins, things of that nature. So the women who are able to kind of just steepen their angle, even you looked at Liz Johnson, her angles were straight in the lane, but her entry angle was really, really, really nice off the spot. So still a lot of strategy here, still a lot of lane play to break down. But yeah, we'll continue to keep you guys updated.
Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate all your work today, as always.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That is Curtis Von Kruger, and we are going to keep this train moving as long as Liz Johnson wants to keep it moving. So we will follow Liz Johnson at worst until she decides to stop, which I hope it's never at this point in time. So her number now up to 22. If we're all counting at home, we do have a giveaway. I think we do. Aaron's busy right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Just making sure.
That's true. It's game 6. It's time. I haven't looked at the chat in a quick minute, but we'll get it in, folks.
It's a lot happening in a good way. I love it. So if you're just joining us, this is now game 6. We'll get the graphics changed to the bottom of your screen shortly. We've had 300 games today. Sydney Brummett and Lindsay Boomershine, both in game 3 of today's qualifying round here at the PWBA Pepsi Classic. And now, most recently, Liz Johnson in game 5. On the back of a 269 game, which ended with a string. And as of right now, her number of strikes across 3 games, now 22 in a row. I know we've got those who enjoy equipment. We talked about that a little bit. Although I was never able to grab Shannon O'Keefe's ball of choice a couple of games ago. Mark had asked about that. Liz Johnson was nearby, though, and she told me that she was throwing a Darko, which seems to be a popular choice today.
On 47 and 48.
On 47 and 48, Lindsay Boomershine used the same ball on that pair when she shot 3. Here's the GOAT. Oh, come on, 7 pin. All right. Swing ends at 22. Forward to the new score updates. This one should be a, well, you talk about trying to make not only the Pepsi Classic cut today, but also the Tour Championship cut. And we will get into more in depth this afternoon regarding the Tour Championship cut and the top 24 players who are in the running for that. That will be obviously a storyline we'll keep track of this afternoon. I can't tell you if last time I checked, Brianna Cote was the overall leader regarding the Tour Championship standings. And as Aaron mentioned, one of the important items to note there is that Pins will reset once those 24 players are determined, and that competition begins on Friday. That's all match play, right, Aaron?
All match play. 24 games. Round robin. 30
old
bonus
school
spins
right there.
up for grabs every single game.
That is old school. Good shot there for Summer Jasmine. All right, Lindsay J right back on it. So right now, Liz at plus 198 on the day. And I'm just looking around at other player scores. Sandra Gongora has been around the top portion of the leaderboard all day at plus 178. And through I guess I should say through 5 blocks at this point. Perhaps the best Sandra has looked throughout the entire season so far, I would say. Shannon O'Keefe at plus 135. Lindsay Boomershine, I believe that number is plus 195. Dasha Kovalova is plus 228.
Dasha has been a fan of patterns that have a 4 and a 2 and higher in it. It seems like she really has matched up well over the course of her career on some of the longer patterns here on the PWBA tour, and she needed a big day after a rough go of it on the 37-foot pattern at the Reno Classic. She was all the way in 37th place at the end of qualifying, so needed to find a way to make up at least 13 spots here to get extended play and keep her hopes for Player of the Year intact. And leading the way here in the early going will certainly a good call to make sure you get some bonus play this weekend.
Aaron, someone in the chat is throwing you jabs. Just want to let you know.
It's very, very well likely and deserved. I don't even know what it is.
Something about what time is it?
Is it game time?
Game time? Who? Bulls? Let's go. It's been game time. No doubt about that since game 1.
Is it time for the next round of Keno? In Reno? All right, folks. All right. I'm pulling it together here. We'll do this thing for you. I will say, though, there is nothing in the Bowl TV contract that says they have to start at the beginning of Game 6. I'm just saying.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Well, see, the problem is that you're very consistent.
I am. I'm very on point. So I appreciate the reminders when it happens. But one of these days, I'm just going to fool everybody. I'm going to do it in Game 1. Be like, it already happened. Got to keep folks on your toes. Keep it same for me, so we appreciate it. All right. Let's see the spare situation seems like it might not happen because we have so many strikes. So let's go with the next strike here that we see. It might be right here. It might be from Wendy. Oh, ring 10 from Wendy. Lizzie J. She just threw 22 of them in a row. Now looking for a nice little three-bagger. Oh, corner pins. No. So next strike, we'll kick this giveaway. This giveaway off. Bowl TV T-shirt up for grabs. I know you want to see it, Emil, so I'm gonna hook you up.
Oh, Joe, give it to me.
We'll toss you up there
Give
for
it
a
to
quick
me.
second.
Joe.
There's the Bowl TV T-shirt with our guy Joe earlier this season. There we go. Julia Bond connects. So giveaway is underway, folks. If this is your first time joining us, remember to take it out of full screen first. Make sure you can see the chat and everything. You'll see the prompt pop up in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen that says the giveaway will begin shortly. At the conclusion, another prompt will show up in the same exact spot. Say the giveaway has begun. All you have to do is click that submit entry button, and you'll be entered for the opportunity to win a Bowl TV T-shirt right here on Bowl TV. So good luck, everybody. And thank you again for being part of the Bowl TV community. Here we got DZ looking to give away multiple shirts. She's struck on every shot. How about one more? Oh, let's go. Did have a 300 in qualifying at the Reno Classic. On her way to a nice finish there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think Curtis is on it, but shout out to Jim in the chat. We're only in frames, 5 and 6 over here, but way down on, what's that, 67, 68. Christy Leon has started with the front 9.
Where at?
Way down that way.
Way down before.
So we're going to
65 and 66.
65 and 66. All right, so we're gonna head over there shortly.
Don't forget to get that entry in though while it's happening. We should have a winner by the time we get there. And Paul Bell. Paul, I feel like Paul's a repeat winner. Congratulations, Paul. I think Hosan asked about or suggested a cool PWBA dope hoodie as a giveaway item. I think there are a lot of items, obviously, that could be given away. And I would say, to that effect, send your suggestions to marketing@bowl.com.
All right, it's time. Christy Leon, currently at 75, looking to make her move here in the final game. We will get a score update to you shortly as well. Through 5 games, but first things first. Let's get 10.
Come on. Oh, Christy. I heard that one all the way up here, too. That high five from Felicia Wong to Christy Leon. It has been a very emotional year, certainly, for Christy and the Leon family. Passing of her father, Terry, who a long time great player, but member of the bowling community, the industry, especially on the West Coast. Now his daughter's Christy right here looking for the front 11. Help, 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 help. Oh, thanks, Dad.
Oh, okay.
Come on. That's right. Take a seat.
Got to take a
Regroup.
quick step back after that one. All right.
This one feels a little different. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a quick note. We'll get back to Diana Zapialova here in just a second.
We're certainly not done on the string of strikes at the moment.
She bowled the kickoff classic with a heavy heart. And now at the fall classic, an opportunity to shoot 300. Christy, it's on the lane. Help, help, help. Oh, 298. Shakes her head, but still. Great game, Christy. Shout out to the entire Leon family. Oh man, that just gave me a different kind of feeling. I know what it's like to lose a father. Okay, let's go to Diana before I get all emotional and whatnot.
We'll be there in just a second.
A shot there by Felicia Wong, though, to finish things up. That's a big 240 game for her. It's going to get her to -4, but boy, she's got some work cut out for her. Danielle McEwen at +97. She, too, trying to obviously bounce back, as we talked about, from yesterday's performance, or the Reno Classic performance. Via qualifying, getting some love on the 7. Oh,
my goodness.
Just looking for her second 300 of the week.
We're not done yet, however. Daria Pike, 47 and 48. We've mentioned that pair a time or two today. Front 6.
Today would be the day probably where players wouldn't want to see or would like to see the burn. At least on some pairs, for sure.
On 63 and 64, Maria Jose Rodriguez with the front 5. Let's get that score update in real quick here before the strikes continue. After 5, Dasha Kovalova continues to lead at +226. Lindsay Boomershine in second at +195. Liz Johnson, after 269, 300, moves all the way up to third place, +194. Sandra Bangora, 256 that game, +178. Stephanie Johnson, +152. Brianna Cote, +150. Missy Parkin, +142. Shalenzel Keithley plus 140. Shannon O'Keefe plus 135. Jen Higgins in 10th plus 120. Maria Jose Rodriguez and Taylor Baltice round out the top 12, tied for 11th at plus 116. Shannon Sellens, the first player out, at plus 114. Abby Ragsdale plus 113. Gigi Mason plus 106. Liz Colgan plus 103. And moving on up, Diana Zavyalova at plus 100 in 17th spot. We'll go to the top 20. Daria Paiuk plus 99. Danielle McEwen plus 97. And Valerie Mercier plus 93.
So after the 22 in a row from Liz Johnson, she is going to have the chance to get to 238.
That would be enough for 800 back three.
See Jay Bond still maxed at 279. Good shot there, Abby. Not so good. I thought she was still at St. Francis. MVP, first team All-American, St. Francis, Illinois. And Joliet, Illinois, that is. All right, Zavyalova in the 260s. One more to put her in the 270s.
Daria is up to 8 in a row now, over on 47-48. Looks like Maria Jose Rodriguez's string of strikes ended in frame 7 with a 9 count. So if Daria gets number 9, we will head on over for her 10th.
Nine pin does go that time for Zavyalova. 17th at plus 100. It's a big game to finish the block. One of her best friends could one-up her. That's Paiuk at plus 99. It's safe to say, obviously, we're going to have ourselves a race to the top 12 today. We had a good one on Monday.
Indeed.
This one might be just a touch better. Like juice, Aaron. That was a good one. It's a big game for Ragsdale to finish out as well, because Abby around the top 12 number also at plus 113, 3 pins back. She'll finish at plus 141 for the first 6 games. Speaking of Ragsdale, Stephanie Zavala, 203, just plus 16.
Oh, high flush 7 for Liz. That will end that run at 800 for the back 3. Julia Bond. 279 still out there. Her first shot of the 10th. All right, 270s to wrap up round number 1 here for Julia Bond. Sandra Gongora putting the finishing touches on the big game herself. She's going to be in the 250s. She's already at plus 178, so she'll move north of plus 200. And the back 10, 279. To get to plus 155 for Julia. Daria did not strike it. Frame number 9 sheet. We were distracted by Daria Payuk leaving another crazy 10-pin with a crazy messenger that didn't connect on lane 47. She missed on the 9th, though. They can get into the 260s. Two other pairs wrapping up right now.
Verity can get in the 270s. As mentioned.
Ready in the 260s. Here's Crawley stepping up, second shot of the 10th. 279. Still in play. Good game as well for Jordan Richard. Another solid game to Lindsay Bubershine here. And as we wrap up this game, we are going to be joined here on Bowl TV by the one, the only Liz Johnson. Let's bring her in. Liz, can you hear us?
I can hear you good.
All right.
Can you hear me okay?
It might be a little bit low for us.
Am I low?
could just move the mic a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. All right, Liz, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Finally was able to carry a little bit. So,
We noticed that. We saw a nice little string of strikes there. Of course, the 300 in Game 5, but 269 the game before that. So, talk a little bit about just the what you found in the back half of this block as the pattern started to transition a little bit to go on, I believe, 22 in a row at one point.
yeah, the first 3 games I didn't really miss the pocket that much. I was 29 over and went 2-0, 2-0, 2-10, I believe, and it was just a matter of carrying and just moved my feet enough left and just found a comfortable spot and I started carrying. My timing got better and I had better reads on the lane and just started making better shots.
Does it ever get old bowling 300? Oh. Liz, can you hear me? We might have lost audio here on our check 1 2 1 2. Liz, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, we're back in business. All right. Okay. I want to know, does it ever get old shooting 300?
Never. This is I like this house. I think it's my second 300 this year in this house when we bowled the Queens earlier. Just always love this atmosphere.
I was going to say the NBS has had some very memorable moments for you as well. Of course, the PBA victory in 2017. Your win at the Queens in 2009 started here, and then you won right across the street at the Reno Event Center.
Right.
So tell us just a little bit about your comfort level with this particular venue. Oh.
Couldn't hear it.
We lost her again. Are we low? Check, 1 2 3.
It's really low.
I'm very low. Okay. I can turn up. All right. How about now? Okay. All right. Just talking about the NBS, that you're being comfortable in this facility, the success you've had here in the past. How does that help your confidence coming into an event like this, knowing there's going to be multiple patterns, but you know the center so well?
Yeah, it's just, I guess in general, it does help my confidence. Being able to come here for the last 25 years or so, and you just kind of know which end does what. And I was actually struggling the last couple of days with my timing and just getting better reads the last few games. But just I think going from the high end to the middle part of the house, you get an idea of what's just the conditions. So that helps, and just being in the atmosphere.
You mentioned your timing. Just talk a little bit about what you noticed and what were the changes you needed to make to get where you are now and tossing all those strikes here.
Well, for me, it's just again, timing is push away and using my legs. And the first day on Monday, I didn't use my legs very well. Sometimes I just have timing issues and you just can't control it. And after practice, especially after the first couple games, I know I throw some good shots, but the shots I don't stay down on, I'm still hitting the head pin. I'm still hitting the pocket, but it's a matter of carrying. And the last, I think it was games 4 or 5, especially on the 47 and 8 on the 300 game, I was really able to make sure I stayed down, used my legs, and just that little extra bit for me, it's a matter of a 10 pin or a strike.
All right, one final question before we let you go. As far as everything you saw from this round, what type of adjustments, if any, do you plan to take into this final 6-game block to continue on to the top 12?
I'm just going to try to continue what I was doing. I noticed from Monday morning to Monday afternoon, I pretty much where I finish is where I should have started. And I think I'm just going to go right into that, hopefully. And hopefully the same ball works and just continue to make good shots and learn from maybe early on what I did or did not do, and just try to make the best 6 games that I can.
All right, Liz, we'll let you get prepared for that final block here at the Pepsi Classic. Great bowling to kick things off, and thank you as always for joining us here on Bowl TV.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, Liz Johnson joining us here on Bowl TV after an incredible run at the end of games 4 and 5, 269 and 300. And we are just about done here. We have a couple of shots left. Just a couple of shots left down on the very high end of the house before we wrap up. So with that, we are going to go ahead, since we only have about an hour and a half till the next block. We're going to go ahead. Oh, do we have? I believe we're going to have another interview here. Okay. All right, one more interview here before we conclude. Let's see if Emil's getting in on this. Emil Williams will rejoin me here. Maybe. There he is. There he is, folks. Emil put on a very nice athletic display to make sure Liz's sound was working as well. So we'll bring Sandra Gongora in just a moment after these announcements.
Thank you all for coming this morning, and we hope to see you later.
Oh, short announcements. All right, perfect. Let's bring Sandra in. There she is. Hello. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I am actually very happy. I wasn't looking at the scores, and I think I'm leading.
Yes, that's what we're told too as well. So, first question of the day is, how did this happen? You got off to a great start, obviously shooting 279. So you saw something immediately that worked, and I assume that was able to carry over for you. So, how were you able to get off to such a great start here today?
Well, I only can say that I am just very happy to be here because I decided to come to this swing very late, and I went to Colombia for the Pan American Games the Pan American Championships, and I didn't do so well. So I was just, when I finally decided or everything worked out and I'm here, just told myself, you know what, let's just bowl, let's just have fun, and obviously smart to make moves and make my spares. I'm just happy that I was able to bowl yesterday. So I've been having a lot of practice since I'm home, and then in Colombia, and then yesterday. Yesterday wasn't a great day, but I didn't took it wrong. I practiced my speed, and I think that's what it helped today.
And I was going to kind of follow up about that. You mentioned making the top 12 at the Reno Classic, and the match play portion. As you said, it was some ups and downs along the way, but you were able to take something from that and apply it to today. So that's awesome to be able to take away something from that. Tell us just a little bit about, Emil mentioned the strong start out of the gates. What did you see from this pattern throughout the course of the block that you feel is going to allow you to be successful in round 2 as well?
Yes, I think it's very important for any bowler to know what are our best options, let's say, on our games. In my personal situation, I tend to throw the ball very fast with a lot of speed, and that's something that definitely didn't help me yesterday. And I need to be looking around to see who's having the best look so I can kind of copy. So regarding speed, because we cannot copy. But so today I just wanted to slow down for anything I was doing, even pre-show routines, spares, and for this special pattern, speed, it's something that I need to work on, and something that helped me the first game, because I bought awesome the first game. was that I kept my angles closed, and I was just trying to roll the ball in front of me, and I carried a lot.
Your carry
I
is certainly good.
I bowled with them good bird, the first game, the second game, and when you bowl good with one ball, you think, I hope that ball is gonna just continue to do the same thing for every game, but it's not like that. So I was smart. I was really seeing what was going on in the lanes, and I have to say I have a great cross. I'm bowling with Shannon O'Keefe, with Brianna Cote, and we really communicate very good. And I just want to say thank you, girls, because I bowl good.
Would you say that this is the best maybe stretch of bowling that you've done, maybe on tour this season, including Reno
for
Classic? Even though yesterday didn't go well, but overall, you had a top 10 finish, and obviously you get off to a great start today. Would you say it's the best stretch for you so far?
for sure. I I know a lot of people are watching. Hopefully, but first, I don't know if we have a lot of time, but I just want to share that.
Take all the time you want.
Well, first, I'm gonna say 3 words in Spanish so my parents can understand. Mamá, papá, les mando muchos besos. Voy en primer lugar. Espero que así siga. Los quiero. So, um, obviously, because of COVID and everything that has happened last year for the world, I'm gonna try to stay in one piece. So it's been difficult at home. It's been difficult emotionally. It started to be difficult 2 months after we got locked down, and I want to be very very short here because I know I gotta eat and I'm hungry. So I hit a depression last year. I pretty much took 3 or 4 months out of social media, out of everything, because I couldn't handle that we were losing bowling and that I was losing what I loved. So, so obviously, I've been working hard. I gotta say that I have good friends, my family, and everyone was supporting me through this time. And it's not been easy, but um, after having these moments where you think that you don't want to be here anymore in this world, um, it's just it's very difficult. So after that moment and after that time, I decided, well, I gotta do something, and obviously I asked for help. So this moment, I just want to take everyone, just want to give as an advice that if you ever feeling sad, or if anything is happening in your head and you cannot control, just ask for help. There is someone that is going to help you. And I gotta say that, I mean, obviously these moments were very sad for me, but everything will be okay. um, and that's why I focused on the other thing that I was good at besides bowling, designing. So I came up with my own brand. Sorry.
And you're wearing that brand, right?
So sorry.
Take your time.
And volat means fly. So I just want to help people that are struggling through my brand. Um, so so everyone can, motivate themselves, or I can help you to be motivated through my brand, so you can also fly with your own wings. So I'm wearing one of my dresses, which is the signature Now I'm doing a commercial.
just do whatever you want. It's
I'm
okay.
a mess. So obviously this wouldn't be possible without my sponsors. So Cool Week, they're making my dream happen by letting me be your partners in this project that I love so much. So I just wanted to feel worth it. If bowling was away, I just wanted to feel worth it, to feel that I was good at something. So
That was probably the realest message I've heard in a very long time. It is not always about what just happens on the lanes, but what happens off the lanes.
a lot
And
of,
go
sorry,
ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of people out there, we always try to post in social media the good things because we want to help you to work hard to become the best bowler in the world. But behind there are a lot of problems. And obviously, I mean, I live in a country where it's not very easy to live. So every day I just want to fight to be better. And I don't care if I don't win a tournament. Like, I just want to be here. And I'll enjoy it, because one day I thought I didn't want to be here anymore. But now I want to be here. So I just want to help people to stay calm, to be patient. Everything has a solution. So ask for help, because there are things that sometimes happens in our heads, and we need to let it out, because then it's bad. So thank you guys for supporting Volat. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you to my sponsors, Columbia 300, Cool Week Buys, my sponsors at home, Balu, Edavalash. Oh, many. I mean, I look like a piñata because I have a lot of sponsors, and I'm very proud of them because they support me so I can be here.
Mhm.
That's it.
We don't have any more words after that. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
For
Yes.
sharing that. And every time we've ever communicated, I feel like we always get the most authentic you, and we appreciate that. That was not easy for you to do, but I think everyone who is still watching and listening to this needed to hear it and understand that what happens on the lanes as professionals does not mimic or mirror what happens off the lanes in your personal life. And we
Yes.
appreciate you sharing that. So I know you
Thank
got
you.
to eat, right?
Yeah, but I need
What
to
are you
say
eating?
one thing,
Go
because
ahead.
my parents are gonna think that I'm sad because they don't understand English. So let me just say
Tell
a
them.
few words in Spanish.
Okay.
Mamá, papá, estoy muy feliz. Obviamente me puse a llorar porque em, pues la emoción de contar obviamente todo lo que hemos pasado con la pandemia y todo, y, y jugué muy bien. Entonces, pues nada más quiero que sepan que los quiero, y pues muchas gracias a todos mis patrocinadores que están allá en México, al licenciado Carlos Bremer, a Reginaldo, a Diego, a todos los que me han apoyado. Muchísimas gracias. Estas lágrimas son de emoción, no son de tristeza. Hemos pasado por momentos difíciles, pero aquí estamos echándole ganas. Así que los quiero mucho y mucha suerte en todo. So thank you guys again. I'm gonna do my best in the next 6 games because this is not over. So, and I just wanna say, everyone, I'm not sad or anything, but but I'm emotional. So obviously I cried, but I was very happy out there, and now I don't want you to think that I'm sad. So I'm good. I feel good, but it's the truth. I wasn't last year. So, but things change. Everything is here. So believe in yourself. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
SG.
you. Thank you.
Go eat and enjoy.
I take care.
Wow. Whew. It's okay. I think Joe wants to talk to you briefly. Aaron.
I'm just looking at all the comments in the chat, and yes,
It's real life.
a lot of
people.
feels going on here.
Well, it's real life. It's real life. I think we've seen that and the discussion between or amongst or about mental health has been pushed to the forefront, and rightfully so. And you've seen a lot of athletes begin to discuss it on a regular basis, and even those on the PWBA tour. Diana Zaviala had mentioned it a few months back and was talking about it on social media. And every time we've ever talked to Sandra, she's been nothing but open and honest. I've said before, one of the best interviews I've ever been a part of was our PWBA podcast interview with her. This was obviously unexpected, but if you know her, she generally just tells you what's happening in the most courageous, adorable way that you can make it. So we're gonna get out of here, but if you take anything from that, it's obviously if you're feeling some kind of way, don't be afraid, man. Ask somebody for some help. And she's still a damn good bowler. By virtue of that performance, she's in the lead. So uh, I don't even know if I want to eat anymore. But she's going to go eat, so we probably should do the same. So, Aaron, go ahead and take us on home, man.
Absolutely. A big thank you, of course, to Liz Johnson and then Sandra Gongora for stopping by here on Bowl TV. We had a fantastic opening block here from the Pepsi Classic. A lot of big scores out there, 300s and 801 out of the gates from Lindsey Boomershine. So we're looking forward to round number 2. That's coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 local time here at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno. Before we sign off today, a big thank you to USBC, BPWA, and their board of directors for their continued support of the PWBA Tour, to Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of the PWBA, of course, our athletes for everything that they do on the lanes and off the lanes as well. That was such a great example of just what the players are able to give to the community, to anybody needing assistance, needing help along the way. And of course, to all you great folks on bowltv.com, we've enjoyed this opportunity to bring you this content throughout the course of the day. We look forward to the next round as well. So with that, for Jason Thomas, Curtis Von Kruger, Emil Williams Jr., I'm Aaron Smith. We're signing off from the Pepsi Classic. We'll be back 4 p.m. Eastern for the next round of competition. Folks, we'll see you soon. Enjoy your lunch. And remember, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here.